Assalamualaikum and good evening to Dr. Halim and classmates. We are from Group 5 who will be presenting on parental involvement in preschool. This presentation is divided to 3 parts. The first being key concept of parental involvement, next the roles of teachers, parents, and the many ways family and school can collaborate, and the third, we are going to share our findings on the case study of parental involvement in Zul Iman Preschool based on the Epstein framework. Looking into their current practices and also propose some suggestions to enhance the alliance they already have to benefit not only students but also teachers, parents, and the community. Before we go any further, let me introduce the presenters. I am Esfahan and these are my group members, Pavani, Nur Fatin, Nur Mimi Suryana, and Gayatri. We are presenting part by part and let's start. Now, what is parental involvement? Why would parents want or should become involved with their children's education? What kind of positive influences does this concept have on children? This is not a new concept, but lately has known to be one of the most important factors of children's academic success. Many research proves that when parents and school get together, magical things can happen. It helps parents to feel happier when they are able to relate and assist their children with education. They have better understanding of the curriculum and able to see themselves the progress of their children. It helps tremendously with children's performance and socio-emotional development. Regardless of family income or background, students whose parents are involved in their schooling are more likely to have higher grades and test score. According to studies, parents' involvement enables the harvesting of the power of early years. They attend school regularly without fuss, have better social skills, and adapt to changes very well. By knowing the benefit now, how do parents choose in what way to participate? Parents most often become involved in their children's education for 3 major reasons. 1 is their personal construction of parental role. 2, their personal sense of efficacy of helping children succeed in schools. And 3, their reaction to the opportunity and demand presented by both their children and their children's school. Parents can choose the kind of involvement to contribute by the skills and knowledge they already have. For example, a dentist can offer to give talk in school about oral health. They can also spare some time and energy with volunteering by suggestion of school, like preparing teaching aids or assisting teachers in field trips. About parental involvement in early childhood education centers, teachers need to focus on the positive impact and make ways for parents to feel welcome to participate with school's activities. Teachers can share their teaching experiences and training received that are related to parenting to be applied at home. Both teachers and parents need to find a common ground to work together harmoniously. The National Association for the Education of Young Children, the NAEYC, suggests many ways for parents to get engaged, and we are going to discuss 7 of them. The benefit of parental involvement based on the Maslow hierarchy of needs. This theory consists of 5 levels from basic necessities all the way to reach greater sense of self. Based on this theory, parental involvement, if carried out effectively, all these levels of needs can be met. Starting with the physiological needs, for example, if parents are having problems providing, in rural areas especially, or during this pandemic, the school, collaborating with the community will help out. Next is safety and security level. When parents and teachers have good rapport, children will feel safe and secure, project good behavior, and participate in lessons better. It leads to the 3rd level when they are aware that school and home are related, the love and sense of belonging from home they also feel at schools. This increases self-esteem and they will develop the grit that eventually lead them to self-actualization, feeling that they can face any challenges thrown at them.
Thank you, Ms. Esfahan. So let us move to our second point, which is work with families of school-age children. I am going to highlight 2 roles, which are the roles of parents and roles of parents-teachers collaboration. So let us look at the first subpoint, which is roles of the parents. So what are the roles of parents? Parents should allow child autonomy, which means here parents should give freedom to the children to develop relationships with their peers, their teachers, and also family members. Parents also should assist the children in a holistic development. What is holistic development? Okay, holistic development here is referring to the 4 domains of learning and development, which are cognitive development, language development, and communication, emotional and social development, and also health and physical development. Let us move to the Next subpoint, which is roles of parents-teachers collaboration. So what other parents can do at home? Parents can enrich home with learning environment. For example, set a mini library at home to encourage the children to love reading, to love learning. How about the teachers? The teachers also can enrich the classroom environment so that the classroom will be conducive for the children to learn and they can grasp teachings and lessons given by their teachers. In short, parents and teachers should stimulate children's cognitive as well as provide emotional support to the children. Let us move to the third point, which is families' goals, values, and cultures. I'm going to explain this point by dividing it into two subpoints. Subpoint 1 is about the roles of parents, teachers, and community. So I'm going to explain subpoint 1. Cultural values constitute an essential part of the developmental niche in which they organize the developmental path of the child and influence the belief system and value orientation of those individuals interacting with the developing child, whereas the cultural values and knowledge are passed down to children through languages, traditions, and beliefs. So let us move to subpoint 2. Subpoint 2 is about the Bronfenbrenner theory. This is a very famous theory, ecological theory by Bronfenbrenner. So he has identified 4 systems within which children exist that would combine to have an impact upon how they grow and develop. Microsystem. What is microsystem? Microsystem is the factors located within the immediate environment of the child which interacts directly with the child and have the greatest impact on them, such as parents and events in the home. Mesosystem is the interconnections between the microsystems, such as between the family and teachers or relationship between the child's peers and the family. Exosystem is those factors that lie beyond the immediate environment of the child. For example, a child's experience at home may be influenced by their parents' experience during their childhood. Macrosystem includes larger societal factors. For example, we have cultural values and overall economic conditions. My next point is work with families with guidance issues. Under this point, I will explain roles of teacher and roles of parents. Discipline has a double meaning in which it might mean punishment or guiding and managing behavior. For example, in the classroom, teacher disciplined the children by setting rules and the children must obey the rules. This is supported by B.F. Skinner, in which he believed that consequences shape an individual's behavior. Therefore, the approach applied in school or teaching should be focused on reinforcement and reward as a way of disciplining the children. Let us see, what are the roles of parents? Parents guide children's behavior by establishing predictable routines, setting clear rules with children, and modeling kindness and respect. Children observe, model, and imitate the behaviors, attitudes, and emotional reactions of people around them. Hence, parents should be attentive and aware of what is going on with the children. That's all from me, so let us move to our second presenter, Miss Gayatri.
Thank you, Fatin. I'm Gayatri Mariappa. I would like to start by saying a proverb. It is better to solve one problem 5 different ways than to solve 5 problems one way. George Polya. Children experience complex feelings just like adults. Young children do not know how to express their feelings and don't have the right words to convey their feelings. We as teachers should be able to provide an easy method for children to express themselves. Rerun is a method used to problem solve this problem easily. R is reflect, E is explain, R is reason, U is understand, and N is negotiate. This method is particularly relevant to early childhood children who face challenges of working with families and young children of diverse cultures and helping staff and families to negotiate and dialogue cultural differences. When it comes to children's parents collaboration, we would like to recommend firstly open communication with families. A good relationship with the child's family and parent will bring great starting point for handling any problem that come up in school. Our suggestion as teachers, we would lay a groundwork for good parent-teacher relationship by introducing ourselves and getting to know the child as early as possible. Communicating and building relationship with our child helps parents and teachers to work well together when there is a problem. Next, I would like to talk about working with families to support self-esteem. Children who feel good about themselves have confidence to try new things. They are more likely to try their best. They feel proud of what they can do. Self-esteem helps children cope with mistakes. It helps kids try again even if they fail at first. As a result, self-esteem helps children to better at school, at home, and with friends. Stanley Coppersmith is the leader in study of self-esteem. He believed that self-esteem begins in early life of a child. Role of a parent in order to sustain self-esteem can start as early as babyhood. It develops slowly over time. It can start just because a child feels safe, loved, and accepted. It can start when a baby gets positive attention and loving care. As baby becomes toddlers and young children, they are able to do some things by themselves. They feel good about themselves when they can use their new skills. We would suggest, when teaching a child how to do things, show and help them first. Another way is to promote praise. Praise is important for a child, but you have to do it properly and wisely. Praise is a way to show that you are proud. Role of a teacher. It is best to focus on the strength and pay attention to a child that does well and enjoys, making sure the child has a chance to develop strength. Focusing more on strengths than weaknesses will help a child feel good about themselves. Parents-teacher collaboration. As teachers, we can instill positive reinforcement in our students. By providing positive feedback, children will have better self-image about themselves. Children's self-esteem and drive will increase as they are highly motivated. As a suggestion, in schools, teachers can encourage open communication among parents. While not directly family engagement, engaging family with one another helps strengthen school and community. Next, I would like to talk about working with families on health issues. In general health, parenting children with special health care needs can be challenging, particularly if a child has complex conditions. Parents may struggle to manage their child's health and their own emotions, contributing to poorer health outcomes for families. Parent involvement in school health activities help families to overcome health issues that occurs in a particular family. Parents as first teachers can create a healthy routine at home with their children. Every family has its own unique routines. Routines help family members know who should do what, when, and how often. Mental health. Mental health is one of the most important part of health issues. As early experiences shape the architecture of developing brain, they also lay a foundation of a sound mental health. Disruption into this developmental process can impair a child's capacity for learning and relating to others with lifelong implications. Having said that, early intervention can be done when parents take early steps to manage mental issues. Nutrition. Being healthy is extremely important to maintain a well-balanced self. Educating children about good nutrition from early age helps them create and maintain a well-balanced, healthy life. Safety. Rules are just one part of larger plan for keeping a child safe. We need to remember rules work side by side with other parts of good early childhood teaching. Learning first aid is one of the most invaluable life skills that helps a child become more risk-aware and equips them with skills to keep them safe. As a conclusion, I would like to emphasize programs such as Head Start supports parents in enrolling in health insurance programs, facilitating them to accompanying their children to medical and dental examination, and provide opportunity for parents to learn about preventive health care for their family. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaia. Hi everyone, I'm Nurmini Suryana. Now I would like to introduce a little background about the kindergarten we choose. Zul Iman Kindergarten is our choice. This kindergarten has been operating for almost 6 years, located in Shah Alam, Selangor. There are 6 frameworks introduced by sociologist Charles Epstein in 1990, consisting of parenting, communicating, volunteering, home learning, discussion making, and community collaborations. I will explain 3 frameworks such as parenting, communicating, and volunteering, and for 3 others frameworks will be explained by my friends. For the parenting, is the process of promoting and supporting the physical, emotional, social, and intellectual development of children, and aims to help parents create a home environment to support their children as students. For example, during orientation day, principal describe how to kindergarten handle the children, method used in discipline children in the classroom, technique on how to talk to children so they can listen, and even the healthy menu that will be served in kindergarten. Apart from this, there is a reading guidance workshop that parents can follow to be practiced on how to read at home, organized by Zul Iman Kindergarten. For the further strength at the learning process in kindergarten, a Khalifa parenting course program is provided for parents so that what they taught to their children in kindergarten can also be practiced at home. For example, children will not be punished if they make a mistake. Instead, they will be reminded to do good deeds. God love and reward them. Among the suggestions, support program to help parents should be held. The program depends on the strength and needs of the children, but its primary purpose is to help parents improve skill and problem solving to drive optimal children development. For example, Tadika Zul Iman can work with agencies that offer family support programs such as OHDIDE, NCDRC, UPSI, and MPAKS, so that it can be used and linked to the success of children in school, so that it's more effective for all. Next is communication. Communication is an effective design for transferring school to home and home to school information about school program and children progress. As in the parent-teacher meeting, Zul Iman teachers can communicate with parents about the children's progress. Communication in WhatsApp group parents is also important. This makes it easy to convey information more quickly. The use of Google Meet has already been adapted in Zul Iman following the pandemic situation we are facing now. As support, Zul Iman can also be communicating corner for parents to know the development of their children, such as providing a waiting area to see what activity their children are engaged. In addition, complaints box and prize box can be placed in the entrance area for the kindergarten so that parents can write complaints and compliments to the kindergarten. This will help the kindergarten to improve in the future. Next is volunteering. Parent volunteers are the best way to gain personal and professional experience while making positive change in a child's learning environment. It also provides an opportunity for parents to be involved in developing the skill or creativity of parents in kindergarten apart from producing talent. Parents also like to volunteer in assisting teachers during school visits. Volunteers also have a positive impact on children's healthy and well-being and be better learning perspective. With the presence of volunteer, parents can help in assigning roles as teacher's assistant, assistant coach, coordinators, or daily volunteers in and out of classroom. This is a good example, which can be used as an example to their children in forming a good personality in children. That's all for me. Now I pass to my group members. We'll be presenting 3 more framework of parental involvement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mimi. Hi, I am Bhavani and I will explain the rest of the parental involvement in Zul Iman Kindergarten. As we know, learning at home is a part of a child's development and learning. A good home learning environment encourages children and young people to have positive attitudes towards learning and to have confidence in themselves. Learning at home has become the new norm as most governments around the world have temporarily closed educational institutions to help contain the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. Schools are centers of social activity and human interaction. Thus, when schools are closed, many children and young people lost the social contacts that are essential for learning and development. This has an immediate and lasting effect, especially for the most vulnerable and disadvantaged communities. Since last year, Zul Iman Kindergarten has been conducting online learning through applications like Zoom and Google Classroom to ensure students not to miss their education. Parents were given access to the Google Classroom app to monitor students' learning, and parents did give their cooperation by ensuring the children submit homework on time and assist with the learning process. Parents were also involved in activities such as reading storybooks together and actively participate in arts and science projects. When parents and children work together on learning activities, the bond between parents and children increases and allows parents to become a source of comfort, relief, and conversation with their children help ease their anxiety. The school has also recommended parents to provide emotional support to their children in times of uncertainty. There is evidence that an online school system with supportive guidelines from schools has improved the bond between children and their parents. Here, we would like to propose additional strategies of parental involvement whereby parents can help in skill development in children. Modeling is usually the most effective way to help children learn a new skill, which means through watching parents, children learn what to do and how to do it. For example, parents are advised to show rather than telling the children how to make a bed, draw a picture, or throw a ball. Modeling can also work for social skills such as prompting a child with phrases like thank you or excuse me. Parents can use modeling to show children skills and behavior that involve non-verbal communication too, such as body language and tone of voice. Parents can also create a comfortable workspace for children at home with minimal distraction. The right workspace makes a huge difference in students' mindset and ability to focus. When participating in home learning, parents need to brainstorm about what type of environment will be most effective for them. The workspace can be designed based on child's preferences, and the space needs to have easy access to the materials and supplies that the child needs, such as textbooks, dictionaries, or other office basics. Next, we move to decision making. When families have a real role in decision making, they know they can make a difference by creating a sense of belonging, building trustful relationships, and develop common goals with focus on the well-being of all children. Given the organizational and socio-economic diversity of families, special attention must be paid to how information, communication, and leadership opportunities are presented so that all families exchange opinions and give suggestions that are suitable for children with all sorts of backgrounds. Zul Iman Kindergarten does involve parents in the decision-making process, whereby recently they had a parent-teacher meeting regarding the reopening of school. Although government has approved schools to be open soon, this did seek parents' opinions via online survey forms. They have also discussed with parents the need for after-school or daycare programs. The decisions to have extra classes also depends on parent support, and the opinion of the majority of parents was taken into consideration. At the same time, we would like to propose to Zul Iman Kindergarten to involve parents in decisions when developing school health policies, emergency and safety plans, including health-related curriculum. The school may give parents opportunities to be involved in developing or reviewing school health and safety policies, such as injury prevention, foods and beverages allowed at school parties, frequency of class celebrations involving unhealthy foods, and gift policies. The school may also establish a decision-making committee that has a balanced combination of parents of all ages of children, economical backgrounds, single parents, and different abilities. In this way, it promotes leadership from many different families to ensure that family needs and strengths are not represented by a small subset of leaders. We would also like to suggest reviewing major issues such as current policies on discipline, absences, and parent and student rights before printing the yearly handbooks. Obtaining input when developing new policies or programs will result in better policies, as schools may generalize the policies based on common practices. The school may also encourage families to approach the school on their own initiative to question school policies or procedures aside from situations that affect children. The final strategy of parental involvement is collaborating with the community. School community collaborations can help meet the needs of students and their families. All students should be eligible to access services made available through school community partnerships with priority given to those most in need. Community involvement is quite evident with Zul Iman Kindergarten, whereby the school is attached to a local mosque for the religious activities. The community of the mosque frequently invites students and teachers of Zul Iman to attend prayers and participate in motivational speeches. This is a good initiative, as children who frequently involved in community activities tend to have less behavioral issues as they watch how the adults around them communicate and behave. Here, we would like to propose to the school to form a leadership team that includes teachers, the principal, parents of families, staff, and community partners working with the school. Stakeholders of this team can include representatives from non-profits and community-based organizations, philanthropists, faith-based groups, and government officials. This team should support school-side partnership by setting the vision at the system level for student outcomes, advocating and setting supportive policies and guiding relevant system-level resources. The schools may also invite guest speakers to share their expertise and knowledge. This is an excellent way to connect students with the community. For example, the school may plan and execute community sharing events that touch on subjects like social media pitfalls, how to deal with bullying, or motivational talk by student athletes. School may also invite firefighters, police, or medical community team to educate about health and safety, this type of educational talk benefits students, parents, and the staff. We would like to conclude our presentation with this note. Family and community involvement in early childhood education is extremely important for the overall development of children. Parents who share their time and talents enrich the kindergarten experiences for their own children and other students. Parents that give most of their time to their children will develop a healthy and happy living lifestyle. Thank you everyone, and next we will share a short video of Zul Iman Kindergarten.
Tadika Iman, tadika Iman, tempat belajar jadi insan beriman, tempat belajar jadi anak yang sopan. Kenapa kita di sini? Supaya kita pandai mengaji, cintai Allah, cintai Rasulullah, taat ibu ayah dengan kata ustazah, taat ibu ayah dengan kata ustazah.